Welcome back, one and all. As you can see, there's another Star Dwarf for us to take on. Bring to me the repentant patriot. Only then shall the door open. Let's go on inside. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Oh my, look at all this. I hope it will prove useful. I see you sure found out a lot. With this many potential sales routes, I've got nothing to fear. I'll be able to make my move into the Erebonian capital as soon as I'm ready with this kind of information. You asked us to investigate the current situation in regards to ornament sales in Erebonia, so I centered my investigation around stores in the region itself. And you did a fantastic job too. Still, the problem of transport remains. After all, old Borden's got his grubby hands all over the international liners already. That's true that the Borden family has preferential access to 40% of the load capacity of the international airliners leaving Liberal and Erebonia. However, they are no longer the only available option. There are now private carriers as well. Here are some supplemented materials regarding that above. My, you certainly came prepared, didn't you? Well, this request ended up taking a little longer than originally anticipated, considering there's just a little extra on us in exchange. I like those who think 2 steps ahead. You sure you don't want to come and work for me? I'd play you handsomely. I'm certainly flattered you think highly enough of my skills to offer. I am not sure I have what it takes to be successful in the cutthroat business, though. I'm a rather timid man, you see. Come now, you can't fool me. Oh well, do keep my offer in mind if you would. Oh, please allow us to escort you out. Since I have you here, maybe I should give you one more thing to look into. I've already had Simon get started, but I'm not sure he's up to the task. I'd be happy to help if I can. Will this be another request to research the foreign market? It certainly will. Oh, look what you've got over there. Perfect. This place right here. Ordered State. That's an unusual choice. It's quite a small place. That just makes it easier to seize the majority of in the market. Small as it is, it's not like it isn't accessible by airliner, and what market there may be is all but free for taking right now. So you want us to research the potential size of the market there, in other words. Shall we focus entirely on the ornament market, or broaden the scopes to investigate the look into the market in general? The market in general. Do you think you can do it? With ease. I'll get in touch with one of our staff members stationed near the state right away and begin weighing options. That's what I wanted to hear. I'll be back here next week anyway. We can discuss the details then. Ta-da! Until then, take care. Hmm. Or or it's quite far inland. Weren't the Rain brothers in that general area of the continent? Yes, they are. I'll get in contact with them later. Thank you. She's not a merchant of boats for nothing, is she? She's rather coming in such interesting and ambitious reports. She's not half as ambitious as you are. I think you may be overestimating me a little there. Well, can you show our next visitor in? Certainly. Well there, Elaine. Sorry for dropping in on you again. I just wanted to get your input on another little something regarding the city's finances. Alright, that won't be a bother at all. Please take a seat. So what exactly can I help you with today? All seems to be going rather well with this business now, don't you think? Indeed, although I admit it's taking me time to adjust to my days being so peaceful. I do miss having a scene of tension in my life. That's something you'll just have to live with, I'm afraid. We're civilians now, not soldiers. That's true enough. In any case, it's an honor to be able to live and work with you in the city where you were born, Your Excellency. Conway, I'd prefer you address me as Sir now. My apologies, sir. There's no need to apologize. Well, I think we should probably go inside. I'm not sure I like the look of the sky. It couldn't be. Sir? Something the matter? Oh, it's nothing of importance. I just noticed this seems to be that we have mistakenly received another letter intended for the mayor. It's understandable that it keeps happening given that this building was previously his. It's a tad troublesome nonetheless. I suppose I'd better deliver it to him. It could be something important. Now, sir? Couldn't you wait? Anyway, it seems like it's going to start raining any minute. It's not too far. Even if it does start raining, it won't be exposed to it. I won't be exposed to it for long. Can I ask you handle the regular reports in the meantime? Yes, of course. The letter was sealed in a special way we use in the intelligence division. The letter itself is a meaningless decoy. The real message is concealed on how the envelope itself is sealed. It means come to the landing port. Someone from the intelligence division is calling me in hopes of speaking to me. Most likely because they bear deep-seated resentment towards me and what I did to them. And I have a duty to go and see them. After all, I was their commander. I was the one who pushed their life off the rails and ruined their future. I've been waiting for you. So it was you, Cinder. Indeed, it's good to see you again, Colonel. I'm pleased to see you're still well. I'm not a colonel anymore, Cinder. Though I feel as though saying as much has become a hobby. No one around me seems to be willing to correct themselves. Also, his name's Cinder, and he sent you a letter. And that's a little way on the nose there, translators. Oh, I'm aware. But today I intended to address you as Colonel nonetheless. I called you here because I have something I need to ask of you. I hope you forgive me for forcing you to do it out here with the weather so poor. If I can answer your questions, I will. Don't feel as if you need to hold back on my account. If you can't accept something in the manner I give you, by all means say so. And I'll get straight to the point. Why did you leave the army behind, Colonel? What happened to your love for your country? I see you at least returned to the military. I was relieved to see that, in truth. You were always an exceptionally capable soldier, even back in the military academy. If you hadn't had the misfortune of meeting me, if you hadn't had the misfortune of being caught in my foolishness, you would probably be field officer by now. I'm truly sorry about what I did to you. Please don't get me wrong, Colonel. I don't in any way blame you or harbor resentment for what you did. You brought about what was best for this country. What you thought about what was best for this country more than anyone else I know. Your patriotism was genuine and heartfelt. I don't regret following you at all. I'm honored I could. It's certainly true that doing so has become a significant obstacle in my chances of promotion, but I couldn't care less about that. As long as I can continue to serve in the military, to serve the country I love with all my heart, I'm happy. Now, know that I harbor no ill feelings towards you regarding that past. But, what are you doing now? You used to worry for this country's future more than any one of us. You cared for it more than any other. Yet, instead of picking yourself up and trying to work for your nation again, you left the army behind. And now you're running some sort of company that deals with the rich? Just what happened to your patriotism? I beg of you, return to the military. You're a capable man. Those skills of yours will be a valuable asset to the force, and it's where you should be using them. I'm sorry, Cinder. I cannot return to the army again. Why? Why, Colonel? You've repented more than enough for your actions. Both General Morgan and Brigadier General Bright actively desire your return. And I and all the other soldiers in my position would be overjoyed for you to have you in our ranks again. So why? Why do you look at me with that sad expression and tell me that it's not possible? Why would you apologize to me? Make no mistake, Cinder. I haven't abandoned my love for my country. It burns as brightly in my heart as it ever did. But what I did was truly terrible. I organized a coup d'etat, destabilized this nation, and disrupted the lives of countless people. Thanks to the help of all those around me, I was able to realize what a foolish mistake I made. And yet, in my heart, I feel exactly the same way I always did. I'm not sure what you mean. In spite of what happened, my love for this country is unchanged. I still feel the blind desire to do anything I can to aid Liberal, no matter how reckless or dangerous it may be. I am the same man I was when I plotted that coup d'etat. Nothing has changed. The thought cinder terrifies me. Then, you didn't leave the military because you had lost your love for your country? You're saying that you left it because you still love your country? Forgive me, I have no right of making excuses to you and trying to justify myself. Not after I dragged all of you down with me and ruined your lives forever. I am truly sorry for what I did to you and all the other members of the division. You, please don't misunderstand. I didn't leave the army in an attempt to run from my own weakness. Nor did I leave it because I was ashamed of the treatment I received from my actions. After what happened, I thought long and hard about what I should have done instead of what I did, trying to work out where I'd gone wrong. As I did that, I noticed something vitally important that I had failed to realize up until that point. After setting up the intelligence division, I began to gather information and using it to protect Liberal. Yet thinking about it now, I didn't know the first thing about the nature of information at the time. Information isn't something that exists alone. It only exists when people use it and see it as something of worth. Furthermore, the value of that information can change radically depending on the position and perspectives of those who look at it. I can't help but wonder if overlooking this simple fact was what caused my patriotism to start becoming more and more of a force for harm than good. Somehow along the line, I started to believe that the only information I saw was valuable was of any importance. And as a result, I ended up wanting power in order to compensate for the weakness of my own heart. Thinking back, I think what I really needed was a different perspective through which to view information, one separate from the military. One that doesn't see a country or people's way of life as a system or as numbers and absolutes. I needed to be collecting information that was disadvantage to Liberal too, rather than cast it all aside. I needed to view us and the surrounding nations as a variety of lights while collecting a wide variety of information from a freer perspective. So you believe that company you are running now is capable of doing that? Yes, I do. I can't say for sure that this will allow me to avoid repeating my past mistakes. Perhaps there was something more important that I should have been doing before giving thought to any of this to begin with. But in the end, I came to the conclusion that Liberal needs a fresh perspective, and I then resolved to leave the army. If it needs a means to gather intel, it can make another intelligence division. That's for Brigadier General Bright to worry about, not me. The civilian population has no such group for organization. It never had one. I doubt anyone in the civilian world has ever thought to create one nor to gather and actually analyze information either. That is why I, as a civilian, like every other, chose to establish the R&A research, believing that I am the right person to be able to be the first to do so. You truly don't have any intention of returning to the military, do you? If I said there wasn't a part of me that longed to return to days of active service, I would be lying. But I'm hoping that through this, I will be able to become another eye by which to support this nation. And I see my current occupation as a new way to show my love for my country. I wonder if that makes any sense. You're a coward. No doubt every word you're saying is objectively correct, That's how you've always been. There's never been room for rebuttaling your arguments. But Colonel, you're also no longer the man who swore to force this kingdom's future with his own hands. Goodbye, Colonel. We will never meet again. That's not true. That's not true at all, Cinder. I've chosen the path I now walk, believing it to be right, certainly, but even I don't know what for sure, if what I'm doing is correct. Even now I'm terrified of the possibility that I might be making the wrong choice. I am worried that the road I walk might be the makings of yet another grave mistake. I just don't have the power that Brigadier General Bright does. I really am hopeless. Sir. You didn't have to come out here in the rain. We should return to the office. You'll catch a cold staying out here much longer. Oh no way, I'm sure he's just having trouble coming to terms with this new life too. He just can't forget the fervent enthusiasm of the intelligence division, as if he doesn't feel like he belongs in the world that's come after it. That the day will eventually come when he will be able to understand what you said. That's exactly what happened to me, you know. That's true enough, I suppose. You're right. Shall we get going then, Conaway? Yes, sir. I wasn't expecting to end up quite this soaked. Are you alright? I'm fine, don't worry about me. This actually brings back fond memories of survival training I underwent back at the academy. I do think you should go and get changed in some dry clothes, though, sir. A little rain never hurt anyone. I don't believe I was half bad at my own survival training, you know. Even then. An encrypted call. Dillons did mention that he had some information of interest in his report earlier. Perhaps this relates to that. Sounds impossible. Which would mean that something has happened over in the Republic. Yes, it's me. Can you please stop calling me that? Yes, that's right. Yes. In the Eastern Quarter? We don't have anyone there yet, thinking about it. Alright, I'll look into it as best I can. Right, you be careful too. Has something happened? Yet another Jaeger Corps has entered the Eastern Quarter. A sizable one too, the Red Constellation. Really, there seems to be a rather lot of activity on the Jaeger front of late. Their arrival makes it very likely that the power struggle there will begin to worsen too. I doubt the old intelligence division network is going to be sufficient to fully stay on top of the situation. I think I may have to head there personally. I still have doubts about what I'm doing. Nothing about my love for my country has changed, nothing at all. So, is it even possible for me to find and walk the right path this time? Is it truly possible for any mortal to forge the correct path through life? I don't know, but all I can do is try to follow the path I believe to be right, in hopes that I'm not mistaken. Believing in those who have supported me and worked to right my wrongs. Sir? Is something wrong, sir? Yeah. Oh, you're here, Conway. I did tell you that you don't need to come see me off, right, you know? You did, but I'm afraid that simply won't do. Seeing off their superiors is the duty of a subordinate. Perhaps in the military, but that is no longer the world we live in. There's no need to act like a soldier anymore. Oh, and one more thing. Please do take good care of things in the office while I'm gone. I think the odds of any large requests you'll struggle to handle without me coming in are fairly low at least, but leave everything to me, sir. I'll be sure to handle every request that comes in with care and kindness. I'm well aware you always look forward to taking on small requests too, so they will be given the same high standard of service as any other. You know me too well. See? What on earth is Julius Burt doing here? Don't you just sit on His Excellency's arm as if it's your own personal property? Ugh. It's like, stupid bird, I'm jealous of you now! Please, Conway, there's no need to get jealous of a bird. Please stop calling me Your Excellency as well. Richard then noticed that there was a small attachment on Sieg's leg. What is this? It's addressed to me. Looks like a letter from HQ. Is it a military HQ? What's the Royal Guard courier falcon bring you a message for? Who knows? Its rider is a real slave driver, though. Thank you for delivering this, Sieg. Let him know I accept his request. Sir? What was that? See for yourself. Best of luck with your little trip. We'd like to know what the Red Constellation is up to, too, so we'd appreciate you looking into it for us on the side. Honestly, I hope you don't think this information is going to come cheap, Brigadier General. Side story, I accept your request. End. That was a nice little look into Richard's story right now, what he's up to. But with that, I'm going to bring it into today's episode. I'll see all of you guys back here next time.